This is our story. It's an amazing story of 14 female educators who gave up a month of their precious summer vacation to create the community of writers that formed the HVWP's 2013 cohort in 16 days. Of course, we began together in May for the usual orientation days, back when we had a few good men, Kenneth and Sean, but sadly they couldn't stick around for our SI, so our community was set to showcase the power of women who got to think together, write together, share their teacher inquiries, and even take on new tech challenges. Room 238 in Old Main came with a view of the mountains, nooks and crannies to keep the snacks from clear view, a women's bathroom to our right, and empty spaces up and down our halls for breakout sessions. We all came with laptops, more Mac lovers than PC, freed from cumbersome SUNY computer labs. And as wonderful as our space was, we could break away from Old Main to explore the Hudson River Valley with our writing groups. Even though the heat worked against us, writing groups basked in nature as we wrote, shared, and ate together, scrambling. Visitors' Day at SUNY's Terrace offered us a brand new workshop presented by Trace Schillinger, a longtime HVWP teacher leader, who invited us to remember how important it is to keep literature alive in our classrooms, to fight for reading fiction no matter how non-ed reformers fight for a non-fiction takeover. Good thing that Christine pushed the SI to make an extra effort and invite administrators. We had more than ever before. And even though Andrea has the look and reputation of an administrator, she has the passion of a teacher and the love of a good tech challenge. Our 5 image stories were a force to be enjoyed and reflected on. And even though she couldn't be with us every day, she was our very first administrator who can make some fantastic desserts that are tasty and gluten-free. As much as Mary tried, work on a critical report and upcoming SWAPN projects kept her from regular attendance, but she made sure we had fresh challenges working with English professor Cy Moridi as we wrote about our cherished objects and then continue with him as we discovered Tibetan art at the Dorsky Museum. Mary made good use of our spiffy blog to share her reflections with her reading group and work to coordinate community readings and begin and end our SI reflecting on our writing lives. And did we have visitors? Tara Smith came along for the ride and her own curiosity on our very first Tuesday together and shared a weekly online challenge for writers at the Two Writing Teachers blog. Up at the crack of dawn, she wrote her slice of life and felt totally comfortable to share it with us as our Writing into the Day model. And she loved our writing museum. In fact, she had pieces to share from her own writing life. Grace Bellamy, a past HVWP teacher leader, now living in Tennessee, was also comfortable and thrilled to join us for a day. We miss her. And given the fact that we had a few empty spots, we invited Steve Masson, an HVWP tech geek, fresh off a week working with a group of 6 young documenters in the YWP, as they pulled their passions together and created a piece about the walkway. Steve introduced us to the Google 80/20 project through the eyes of some of his very excited students. I'm sure that we will see more of this work in the classrooms of our SI cohort, right? After we watched a wonderful new digital piece one morning at the SI, NWP creator Joseph McCaleb stopped by from the comfort of his West Virginia home via Google Hangout to chat about it It did need 20 minutes to comb his hair and select the perfect cap for the visit. And day in and day out, we showed up. Rebecca, as a new returning fellow, showed us amazing calm and poise and kindness. Her power of conferencing was a model to all of us. I believe in Rebecca. Heather, on her third summer, arrived early to get things humming and coffee perking, and shared with us how science teachers struggle with writing in their content-driven classrooms. She opened some new avenues to incorporate even more in the future. Jenny, also a tried-and-true teacher leader who keeps giving more of herself to the HVWP, reminded us all how we need to take the process of play seriously for all ages. Love that clay. Odell, scrambling to get her showers in each morning, was able to turn it on the minute she walked in the door. She may not love tech, but face to face, she leaves her mark. Camille is our resident writer-artist turned digital composer. She accepts challenges and shares with us the fruits of her labors in her L classroom. People might think that Jess is too quiet, but she is simmering with fresh teacher passion. And man, does that girl love teaching Spanish. For Jasmine, even though we all remember her famous lines, "Thank God it's over, I'm good, so good," she paved the way for digital stories by trying them out in her classroom before even getting to the SI. Jackie, aka Thelma's passion for images and words shows in everything she composes, and as she and Christine made their way to Tennessee and back, they stayed awake and focused, creating yet another video piece as they traveled on U.S. highways. Lynn came to us ready and willing after being immersed in the 5-image story, and as a 4th grade math teacher, she was gold. But what was really exciting was watching her work one challenge at a time. Her professional piece, her digital story, more pieces of text, her TIW. Bravo! And now to Sarah, our last woman standing, our favorite librarian. We could listen to you read all day long, and your cicadas are still chipping in my mind. So ladies, thanks so much for making this one amazing month of Mondays through Thursdays. And do you know what's the best news? We have more to come. By the time we meet again, the most excellent educational adventures of Bonnie and Christine will be ready for viewing, we promise. So, see you in October.